will be your course instructor for Python. Today, we will be having a basic orientation where we will introduce you to what the course is about, what are the opportunities that you can find in the market, how will this course be done, what is Python, and like just the basic know-how. So let's begin without further ado. Let's see what we have here. Okay, first of all, you see the question, what is Python? So Python basically is a programming language. So what do I mean by that? A program is set of instructions that we give to the computer in order for it to process information that we want it to perform and then give us the results. That's what a program. Python is one of the ways that we can do that. So it's one of the languages. By what do you mean by high level languages? It's something that is pretty easier for the user to understand. In our later class, we'll also discuss what is a high level language, what is a low level language, what are the types of languages. Next up, it is also open source, meaning the support behind this language for it to be basically for the programs and for all the set of information how to do one certain process and how will Python help us. That can be found like easily on the internet. Users, so a lot of people have solutions to that problem. If there is a problem, let's just say I want to make a calculator and I kind of am a bit confused on what kind of information, what kind of instruction should I write in Python for it to perform it as much efficiently. There will be hundreds of people for me to support because they do use this a lot. So it's a worldwide, very well known, a very well developed and rich language in today's world. So also as we see, it's an industry standard. So it's used throughout the world in all sorts of industries, may it be IT, retail, cybersecurity, information technology, or anything that we use mainly. Even in electronics, we use Python to understand how computers work and how can we as ourselves as the users can interact and make it much better to our own liking. Reliability concise means that it's pretty easier to that like the syntax or the way that this code is written is pretty easy. We'll go to it a bit more when we get in depth to what how Python looks like and how the code will be expected. So yeah, for now this is what it will be. Any questions? Why should we aim for Python in 2026? Again, first of all, it's like number one programming language in the world. So it's used, as I said, for multi-purpose. It's a general purpose language, meaning it can be used for any computer to make it understand what we need it to perform. This TV from our smartwatches to our phones to our computers, all of them have Python somewhere embedded in it, which again gives it a set of instructions on how a certain thing has to be performed and executed when we try to command it to perform a certain act. For example, if I want to, let's just say, touch the screen and I want this certain action, if I press it on a certain a key or a certain part of the screen, and I want this certain action to perform. For example, if I press on escape and I want this application to close by hitting the key escape, that is an instruction that I gave it the computer. But then how the computer understands? It understands using Python because I have made an instruction which states explicitly that whenever I press the key escape, you are to, let's just say, shut down. So when I press on that key, that program, that set of instruction that is present in Python, because Python is a medium for me to communicate with the computer. The computer does not have any language, does not understand anything unless I tell it. And but for me, because it does not speak English, it works on electricity. I speak English, so I wanted to understand what I say and what I command. So that's how Python helps us. That's what the tool is. So now if we take it to tenfold for nowadays, how it is, we'll see later on what are its uses and where are it's dominantly used. That's basically the power of Python. It's a lot. It's taught everywhere in big in universities, in colleges, wherever you go. If you want to go through an academic point of view or an academic standard, it's a standard in the world. And again, it's a vastly used language, pretty easy to understand and to work on. So that is there. A rich ecosystem means powerful libraries. Now, libraries are, let's just say, Libraries are certain kind of tools that have been made by certain developers for a specific activity. For example, I want to make a program which takes a file from a computer and then reads all the information that is within that file and then displays me the contents of what that file has. Now, for that function to perform, there is a specific library. Although I can manually write the whole program myself too. But instead of me going through all that hassle, there are people who have already written that program but have miniaturized it in a way that in our Python or in programming terms, we use the term library. It's like a library, it has a set of books in it, so we can go to any chapter and then study through it. That's how it happens. So instead of me writing like a huge line of code for that specific information to happen, I can just target a library. And there is a library for almost everything in Python. Again, we'll go a bit in depth into what do we mean by everything. We'll see that once again we get to know about this programming language. So that is a universal application. As we can see, it's in AI, web, data, information of things, embedded systems, infotainment systems, anything in general. It's used everywhere. It's such a versatile and easy to understand and easy to program language. AI, as we may have heard, the AI boom is mainly around Python itself. So if you understand Python, you can, of course, work on yourself to learn about how to manage and build AI infrastructure and applications. So that's how it is. In the term of cybersecurity too, there are certain tools that can be developed by using Python itself. So Python and its richness is pretty profound. It's found everywhere in the world, wherever you want it to. Any question, anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to ask? Good enough. Okay. So we continue forward. What are the benefits? First of all, career opportunities. Because Python is booming, as we all know nowadays. Everywhere we hear again the term AI. AI is mainly run on Python. So Python is a language which, because it's again so easy for people to understand, it's mainly used to conduct complex tasks, complex calculations, because there have been certain contributions to them which can be easier. So let's just say, or maybe if you want to be in a part of a script, like the thing that we discussed right now, pressing the escape key will turn off the system. That is a script. So for those scripts to be made, we can utilize Python itself. So a Python script, when it runs, this certain X application, this X function happens when we press the key Y. Those things can be done. So there's a lot of great opportunities for them. You can be a Python developer, a system designer, automator, SharePoint, a universal SharePoint. Like it's a lot of opportunities. You'll find the Python developer market be abundantly vast wherever you go. AI engineer, ML engineer, cybersecurity engineer, um, back-end Flask engineer. There's a lot of opportunities for this. And again, why? Because it's super versatile. It's a general purpose language, a versatile language used to develop again web applications, websites, artificial intelligence applications, data analysis, data science applications. Can be used for game development, can be used for backend development, anything in general, even conducting network analysis, security penetration testing, scripting, automation. It's used for a lot of things. And also, again, why so in demand? Because again, it's pretty easy. It has a pretty fast learning curve. I think I might have been disconnected. Just 1 second from my Zoom.
Oh, it's not only Kuwait, in Qatar, Lebanon also.
Oh, well,
I got a message from my manager. Oh, please listen. Please stay safe.
Okay, so for moving forward, again, it has a fast learning curve. So fast learning curve is one of the biggest advantages because it's easy. Anyone can learn from who know Even if you have zero experience on programming and you don't know how to write a normal program or what is a program, this thing will make you a master of it in no time. So with this, because programming is such a unique thing that if you learn one programming language, you can master any other because all of the logic is the same. It's just mainly on logic building. There are tons and different ways of performing one activity using multiple languages that you can. It's just that how you structure it, and Python will help you master that structure. That's the best thing about it. And with that, again, the community support applications like Stack Overflow, GitHub resources, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, any of these AI components, any of these forums, Reddit, they all have big communities, big for certain applications which are used for a certain, which have a lot of community support for, let's just say, any sort of a problem that you may have. So a lot of people have a lot of experience and a lot of working in Python. So that makes it pretty easier for people like you and me if we ever have a problem in the industry or maybe just not general home project, we can get help on it in no time. That's how big and a broad community it has. So if you look at a bit of the demographics here, the global demand and job trends for Python is again 10 million plus. So again, it's according to how big it is going on in the worldwide community, more than 10 million jobs available again in any field of Python. Could be scripting, could be development, could be automation, could be app development, web development, game development, anything in general. Because Python is so versatile and so easy to work and it's so friendly for any user to work into that a lot of companies require these people to master it. Because again, it's super secure. The first thing is it's very secure. So it's used again for to write code which is highly which cannot be intercepted as easily as compared to other applications like Java or C++, which are also secure but have very complicated syntax to master. Writing Python is pretty easy. It's like writing English. It's as easy as that. That's how good it is. And now it's estimated around 20% of year-on-year growth can be, expected for someone who's working in Python, no matter what field they may be, mainly in the field of data science and artificial intelligence, because these are the booming industries right now. So if you are to get on this boom train, you can expect 20% of growth when it comes to your year demand. And again, because it's used everywhere, so the demand for it. Uh, Just again, I think I disconnected again.
Now, we in our company
Yeah.
that uses Oracle slash PLSQL.
Mhm.
I mean, is this related to Python or is it different? Because I came here, I'm looking, because I want to study this.
Mhm.
You can recommend which training you have here that I can go on?
Well, for PL SQL, SQL is basically itself is a database management language. So if you are exclusively going for database, then we have web development.
Web development.
Yeah, in web development, we learn how to make a full-fledged website with PHP and Laravel framework with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript combined, and you'll also learn SQL with that. So you can do a full stack.
Now there is the two. There's the basics and there is with leverage. Which one is better?
What I would suggest is go through the whole course.
The whole course.
Yeah, because that way you will
The 7-month course.
Because that will be the full-fledged experience for you to develop from the base to mastery.
Okay.
That's how it is. So instead of having now in Python, because Python is a general purpose language, it can be used for anything. Whereas if you are specifically targeting something like SQL in your case or databases, that was supposed to be a good benefit to you.
The one with the leverage.
The one with the leverage. That's all. Because here in Python is also good, but then Python is mainly around again because it can be used for everything. If you know Python, it's a
For the development.
yes.
Python.
Yeah. There is a framework called Flask. It can be, you can still learn Python. It's again, if you learn one programming language or the other, they're both the same. So, it's like the way they are written is different. It's like the language that we speak. So I speak in English with you, but my own native language is different. Your native language is different. If I use for the word for chair, in my language, we call the chair kursi. In your language, it might be Celia. In your language, it might be different. All of these mean the same thing, but then can be used for different. It can be used in different dialects or languages depending upon what course it is. So if I were to talking to someone who is from Pakistan, I would say ye kursi hai. This is a chair. If you were talking to someone from the Philippines, you would use your Celia. So end of the day, it's the same thing. It's just the way you present it is different. That's the main motive. If you could just excuse me for a second, I'm sorry. I'll be back in a moment. There seems to be some internet connection problems.
Yes.